I gladly stand up to you.
A wonderful First Lady I think few people have ever seen before. And I want to thank our magnificent First Lady. People love our First Lady. Spectacular display of Navy dominance. Bravo, Zulu. You know, a lot of people don't. And there's nothing in the world like it. Nothing, not even close. You read stories, they don't have it. Let me tell you, we check it closely. We check it closely. We're putting out a lot of fights, so do you see that? We're going to be close to number 8. We don't want to send you into battle unless it's necessary, right? We're putting out a lot of fires. Maybe some of you will be angry. You'll say, what's he doing? We want to fight. You know what? If we can solve them the way I'm solving them. We have another one that's taken 3,000 years, and we're pretty close, but I don't want to talk about it until it's done. The stars and stripes soaring high and proud above those big, magnificent waves. You love doing it, too. There's not a thing in the world that you'd rather do, is there? Is there? No. I like your life better than mine, I have to be honest with you. Sailing on those beautiful waters all the time, you're so lucky. Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth. Thank you, Pete. Doing a job. And all of a sudden, they decide to change the name. They went woke then, too, you know. Woke is a long-term word. I said, what do you think about changing it to the Department of War? He said, I love it, sir. Also, we're designing more ships. We have more ships being built shortly. We're going to have more great ships being built than we've ever had being built in the history of the Navy. We made a lot of money in the private sector. And I said, you want to do this, John? We need a lot of ships, and we need them fast. And he said, I want to do it. He gave up a lot, gave up everything to do this. But he's loving it, and he's doing a fantastic job. Chief of Naval Operations, Rear Admiral, and along with so many different people here, they could introduce them all day long. I don't want to do that because we got to get to business, talking a little bit about war and peace. Veterans everything, I call it. He's veterans everything. The VA Secretary Doug, a man that everybody loves. He was my doctor in the White House. He was also the doctor for Barack Hussein Obama. Have you heard of him? At a press conference, they asked him, who's in the best shape, best physical specimen? He said, that's easy, President Donald Trump. And I said, I love this guy. So he was an admiral. He was the chief doctor. He was the whole boss of doctors. And I said, I love him. Thank you, Ronnie, very much. And I appreciate those words. I'll never forget them. Jen Kiggins, Jen, these are unbelievable, talented people that are with me, and they fight. Thank you very much, fellas. Thank you. Thank you very much, darling. I say Congress warriors. That's what you have to be today to be in Congress if you're going to make it. I also want to recognize all of the newly pinned chief petty officers. You got a lot of them here today. I had to approve it. First, we see so many veterans. I saw backstage, I was shaking veterans all over the place, and they are great, and they're respected, and they're loved. Thank you very much. Stand up if you'd like. Thank you very much. They're really loved. I saw it backstage. I saw so many veterans, and my hand will never be the same. Thank you very much. A great honor, and a very special thanks to the countless Navy families, parents, husbands, wives, stretching back 250 years. So we're celebrating 250. I almost thought I wouldn't get to do that because they rigged the election on me. You know, we had to run it again. I ran it again, and I got 250, and I got the World Cup, and I got the Olympics. Can you believe all of it? In my first term, I was the one that got the Olympics. I was the one that got the World Cup. And I said, you know, the sad part is, and then when this happened, but you know what's the most important? That timeless battle cry right now. I have not yet begun to fight. Don't ask me for that. Think of that. I could just see it. He's a wise guy. Fight her. These are all incredible, very, very famous statements now with years and time. Very famous. Don't give up the ship. I say it all the time. You're a little behind. I say, don't give up the ship. And we win. We all know how to win. In 1812, the War of 1812, he raided them. He was knocking them out one by one. Everyone said, where does this guy come from? And we're all descendants when you think of it. And I'm going to be at your Army-Navy game this year. Who am I going to root for, huh? You may be surprised. Wow, look at this handsome guy. That's good genetics. He's got good genes. 2.5 centuries. Can you believe that, huh? I wonder if they were as good looking as you. I doubt it. You just got better with age, right? Congratulations. Is that young man your boy? Wow. He beat you. They beat you. That's what we want to see. Hit hard, hit fast, hit often. And that is exactly what the sailors do. Eugene Fluke. I don't like to talk about it too much now. You know, they've been a nice ally. But anybody from Japan here right now? We'll get off the subject immediately. But think of it. They were very concerned about it. They didn't think we could do that, and he just knocked them out one after another. And again, torpedoes were flying and sank 6 vessels at one time before taking off into the beautiful, wild blue ocean. That was a brave guy. A brand new Virginia-class submarine bearing that same legendary name, and his grandson, Tom, will be there to pick it up. Tom is with us today, and I want to thank you for keeping that great legacy around. Where is Tom? Stand up, Tom. Great. Good, Tom. Thank you. That's good. That's good genes too, Tom, isn't it? That's good stuff. Thank you very much, both, for being here. On D-Day, Jews getting more of everything. He just kept coming. They couldn't stop him. Historic battle. Japan surrendered. They said, I don't think we want Felix hitting us anymore. This year, Felix celebrated his 100th birthday, and he is here this afternoon as a living testament to the glory of the United States Navy. Wow. That's great. He looks good. Felix, you look better than I do. I'm not happy about this, Felix. No, they don't want to mess around with him. And Felix, we salute you. Thank you very much. Incredible. 100 years. Problem with Vietnam, we stopped fighting to win. We would have won easy. We would have won Afghanistan easy. Would have won every war easy. But we got politically correct. Let's take it easy. We're not politically correct anymore, just so you understand. We win. Now we win. We don't want to be politically correct anymore. Osama bin Laden, remember that? And please remember, I wrote about Osama bin Laden exactly 1 year ago, 1 year before he blew up the World Trade Center. And I said, you got to watch Osama bin Laden. And the fake news would never let me get away with that statement unless it was true. But I said 1 year before to Pete Hegseth, I said 1 year before, where's Pete? In the book, I wrote, whatever the hell the title, I can't tell you. But I can tell you there's a page in there devoted to the fact that I saw somebody named Osama bin Laden, and I didn't like it, and you got to take care of him. They didn't do it. A year later, he blew up the World Trade Center, so we've got to take a little credit because nobody else is going to give it to me. You know the old story? They don't give you credit, just take it yourself. And we shot 30 Tomahawks, you know that. Those beautiful flying wings, what they did, they hit every single target they hit. And just in case, we shot 30 Tomahawks out of a submarine. Every one of them hit, too. So I would say Iran was not particularly thrilled. And now they can start the operation all over again, but I hope they don't, because we'll have to take care of that, too, if they do. I let them know that. You want to do that, it's fine. You know that I had the pilots of the B-2s in my office, the famous Oval Office. I had them in the B-2s. They came in to the White House, and we talked about it. They said, you know, sir, for 22 years, our predecessors and us, he said, but it was only when you came along that we did it. And they were so happy that they did it. But they've been training for that hit for 22 years, but no president wanted to do it. Speaking to them would have been much more difficult. And, you know, there are no boats in the water anymore. You can't find any. We're having a hard time finding them. But, you know, it's a pretty tough thing we've been doing, but you have to think of it this way. Every one of those boats is responsible for the death of 25 American people. So when you think of it that way, what we're doing is actually an act of kindness. But we did another one last night. Now we just can't find any. You know, it's the old story. We're so good at it that there are no boats. In fact, even fishing boats, nobody wants to go into the water anymore. Sorry to tell you that. Well, they're not coming in by sea anymore, so now we'll have to start looking about the land. Phenomenal victories. We only know victory. We're only going to know victory. We don't want to know the other word. We want to know victory. We're going to have great victories in the years to come. Well, at least for almost 3.5 years, we're going to have great victories. I want to thank a group of women from North Carolina. Look at these great. Will you stand up, ladies? These beautiful women have followed me. This is number 151. You could call a rally. This is sort of a rally. Let's face it, this is a rally. We all love our country. But that group is from North Carolina. I never see their husbands. I don't know what's going on with their husbands. I assume, do they still love you, the husbands? Yes, good. They've been following me. They like Trump. But you know what they really do? They love our country. We don't want men playing in women's sports. We don't want transgender for everybody. Drug dealers, murderers, 88 murderers. And by the way, Washington, D.C. is a safe place right now. Probably the safest, among the safest in our country. Nobody's being hit anymore. It's very safe. A lot of the people in the audience are people that have straightened them out. Over 200 people were hit. And so we send in the National Guard. You know what? We send in what's ever necessary. People don't care. They don't want crime in their cities. And we're doing it, and we're doing it well. We're doing it like nobody's ever done it before. So I just want to tell you, you're very close to D.C. The restaurants are thriving. The restaurants are dying. They were closing one after another. It'd be very little, very short. We're doing a real job, and you'd be proud of it. I think we will get our service members every last penny. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Do not worry about it. It's all coming. It's coming. But we have to take care of this little gnat that's on our shoulder called the Democrat. And, you know, I have a bigger heart than they do. But the problem is when you do that, we're going to be building lots of ships and doing a lot of things that you haven't seen happen for 35 years. We are getting wokeness the hell out of our military. It's gone. It's really gone. I don't know that it was ever really here. I think some of the top people had it. I knew a few of them that they were major losers. But they were losers. When I heard his name, I said, that's the guy I'm looking for. And that's what we did, and he's been incredible. We will not be politically correct when it comes to defending American freedom. That was an easy one. You know, for years I've looked at it, and I added it up, and I figured we have 92% of the frontage. I say, how come we call it the Gulf of Mexico? I mean, I wouldn't say that Mexico is thrilled with me, but what are you going to do? It's the Gulf of America. And I love it now. The spirit of the American forces is soaring like it has never soared before. I think right now we have more spirit than we've ever had before. We couldn't get guys or gals to become sailors because there was no hope. The chances of him walking down those stairs successfully were not good. Because one day I'm going to probably fall. I don't have to bop down the stairs. Walk nice and slowly. But we have a waiting list. Think of this. Space Force, oh, we love Space Force. But think of it, we have a waiting list. They love Space Force. I love Space Force because I created Space Force. That was my thing. Our country was dead. We had a dead country. We had a dead country, and today we have the hottest country anywhere in the world by far. 1 year, think of it. 1 year ago we were dead, and now you have the hottest country anywhere in the world. He said that. I use this term. Now you have a different problem. You know what the problem is? Everybody wants your job. No, but nobody's going to take your job. You were with us when it was not as nice. The people that were with me when it wasn't looking so good, like these ladies from North Carolina, they were with me when it wasn't looking that good. Aiden Rollins, a recruit like I'm so proud of. Aiden's father, grandfather, Aiden's turned his father, Daniel. Wow. Please, Aiden and your father, please stand up. But wow. The schooner Hannah, over those big, beautiful waves, through the spray of raging calm, the fog of naval war, we stalk the depths and we rule the seas like nobody has ever ruled the seas. We only talk about the Navy in torpedo rooms and cockpits. They have poured out their blood, leapt from burning wreckage, plunged into frigid waters, and slashed across the mine-infested bays to defend, quite frankly, the American flag. Courage in their hearts, patriotism in their souls, and salt water in their veins. Don't let the doctors change it. Keep it, because there's nothing like it. There's no blood like it. Whenever they need help, whenever duty calls, damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead, go, you son of a gun. With your help, we will fight, fight, fight. We will win, win, win.